Hey guys, so Mars has just gone direct today in the sign of Gemini, and it's been in Gemini since the end of August 2022, which has been really kind of stirring up a lot of things, conflicts and fights and aggression and things from the past too have come up for revision and review. I'm super, super excited about Mars going direct because now things can get back to normal a little bit, and we can kind of go back and focus on the things that matter. Because when Mars is retrograde, your focus is really more on, it's really more scattered. It's a time to go within, but from my experience with Mars going retrograde, a lot of times it causes a lot more conflict. It causes a lot more problems. Things that were held inside come out. Fights break out. People move. People from the past come back that were irritated. You can have problems with your car. You can have problems with your work environment because Mars also rules all that energy. Mars is an achieving energy. It's a very masculine, forward moving energy, and it loves working, it loves being active. So when Mars is retrograde, it's not really the time to do all those things. It's really more time to kind of come back to yourself and just reflect. So especially with me, I'm a Scorpio. I've been noticing the changes in my life because Mars is the ancient ruling planet of Scorpio, and it rules over Aries. So Scorpios, Tauruses, Aries, and Libras have really been going through a really big shift. If you have any of those planetary alignments or energies in your chart, even if you have progressions, if you have progressed planets, you can see that that's kind of been a theme for you right now. So there's a way now to move through the debris, through all the mess that was around you. You kind of finding a way now to deal with it. So it's a really big deal when Mars goes direct because Mars is a personal planet. So it basically rules how our everyday life is going, what we're using our energy for, how we're putting our will out there, and where we really want to focus, right? Like where we really want to focus on. So I have clients of mine that have told me about their situations, either with work, with family, even with their relationship dynamics, like whatever kind of relationship you're in, there has been some type of change or shift with this Mars retrograde. So Mars is also retrograding, was also retrograding at the same time that we just had a Mercury. We're having a Mercury retrograde. I have a video for the Mercury retrograde. I'm going to put that link up here or in the description box so you can know when this cycle will be over, because as Mars goes direct, the mind is still in reflection, right? And this Mercury retrograde was happening all the way in 2022 and 2021 at the end of the year. So there's a lot of revision that's been going on for the past couple of months. So anything that you tried to do that was new, it really wasn't pushing or working. If you had something that you had in the back of your head that you've been wanting to do for a very long time, even before the planet went retrograde, it was a better time to initiate things that you needed to finish and wrap up more than pushing something new. So if you have been noticing there's been a really big shift or a change of energy in the next couple of days, this is something that has to do with it. So let me know how you feel, how your transits have been. Where is Gemini in your chart? You know what I'm saying? Like where do you have Gemini in your chart, and how did you find that the Mars retrograde cycle really affected you? And was there any big shifts that you felt like you really needed to change around that time? Because irritation is big when Mars is retrograding. It's the biggest. I mean, you get into so many fights and dramas with people that it's frivolous. It's not even anything that really matters after the transit is done. You kind of realize that you wasted your energy. For some of you that have natal planets retrograde, you can find that those planets were also kind of triggered. For those of you that are born with a Venus retrograde or Mars retrograde, you can find that there's a lot of the time that a lot of things became more aware to you, like aha moments started happening, or you had situations with money. If you have a Venus retrograde, with a Mars retrograde, you find that your energy kind of gets rebooted every time Mars retrogrades every 2 years. So that could have been something that you found yourself going through if you have that natally in your chart. So if anybody was going through any shifts, let me know how you handled this Mars retrograde. Mars will be in shadow, post shadow, for a while until mid-March. So the energy is dissipating, but it's also giving you a better perspective of everything that was going on from last year, August, until now. We are in January. It's January 12th, 2023 that I'm recording this. So you can see that from, if you take a step back and look at that time period, you'll be able to see where it was that there was a big change, there was a big shift, things like that. So if you want to comment, talk about your experience with your Mercury, with your Mars retrograding, and how it affected you, comment down below. And anyone that wants to book a reading, you can just email me. I'm going to leave that link in the description box, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the transit. I'll be back with more videos like this. So yeah, bye guys.